Giants fans. So this is going to be the part 2 to the Eli Manning or passing attack evaluation, however you want to say it. So some of you guys liked the last video, some of you hated it. This one's going to be more fair, where it's going to be, I think I watched every throw of Eli the last 4 games of the season. And there's going to be some good and some bad and some average stuff in here. So this is not going to be a total bash of Eli Manning. So this is definitely going to be a more fair evaluation. And I got to say, honestly, that, when I rewatched this whole thing, he did look all right in the last 4 games. I mean, it's not promising. I don't think Eli's going to all of a sudden win 12 games for us. But he did look better than what I expected to watch. And it makes me a little more optimistic. But I still, my stance is still the same on the whole Giant quarterback situation. So I don't want to ramble too much. Let's get into the video right away. So this first play here, I'm going to talk about ball placement here. This is Evan Engram running a drag route, wherever the hell he is. He's probably somewhere over here on the left side of the screen. He's going to run across here, but the ball placement by Eli here is phenomenal. You guys watch it. Here he is, and right there, pass. I guess that was Swearinger, maybe? I feel like he was cut by that point. I don't know. But if you watch this play again, his ball placement, and here we go with the bar again. His ball placement is terrific here. He only could put that ball in one spot, and he did it. Offensive line held up pretty well there. Right, yeah, number 97 almost got his hand on it. But, yeah, ball placement was terrific there by Eli. So right off the bat, that's one positive. Evan Engram doing what he does, outrunning most people, and a Giant first down. Alright, so this play I can't really defend. It was just a ill-advised decision, to say the least here. So basically what's going to happen here are, I think he was throwing the Shepard on this play. He's going to run out here, an out route to the corner. And Eli threw a ball that could have easily been a pick 6. Luckily it wasn't. We'll just run the play here. Alright. So watch Shepard here. That ball was cut and almost taken away. Shepard did a nice job of, pulling the defender's hands back and all that, but that was a very, very risky throw, not what you want to see. And if I watched that correctly, it looked like Eli was throwing across his body once again. A little bit, but wasn't that bad. And yeah, that ball easily could have been taken back for 6, so that's not what you want to see from your starting quarterback, but these things happen. Trying to see where else he could have went with this ball. He didn't have to throw right there. There was some... This guy right here was coming up through the middle a little bit, but in this situation, unless you're positive, you kind of just have to throw that ball in the back of the end zone. There's nothing wrong with being conservative when you're 5 yards away from scoring. It's better than a pick 6. So, poor decision there, but luckily it wasn't too costly, and Shepard was able to break it up. So here we are once again in the red zone, and this was a perfect throw. I guess this is Benny Fowler's touchdown. Yeah, if you watch from the other angle, I'm going to show it from this angle. It probably looks a lot better. So play action, the whole defense was full basically. Every linebacker was going that way. You have to respect Saquon for what he's done in this game. My goodness, I don't even know if that is Saquon. He doesn't look big enough. That might be Coleman, but Saquon was going off this game. But so Eli rolls out, and it's a bit of a risky throw in a way, but it's one that if you place it perfectly, I believe this is Fowler right here, and here's Eli. If this ball is thrown perfectly in this window here, it's a touchdown, and I'm glad he took this shot because it was worth it. And Eli, very nice throw right beyond the outstretched arm of the defender, and Giants scored a touchdown. So that's a situation where, you have to do it. You have to take that throw, and I think he did a nice job of ball placement there. Fowler, nice job catching that ball as well. So a very, very nice play there from the Giants offense. So here we have a 3rd and 17, and it's going to be tough on any 3rd and 17 to get an open receiver. Fortunately, the Giants do, and last video I got on Eli Manning a lot for being way too over-conservative, but in this particular situation, he did the right thing in my mind and took a shot that was there. Unfortunately, the throw was a little off, and watch Shepard on top of the screen here. He'll cut in on the last second on Josh Norman, and they did have a chance here for a touchdown. It did go over Shepard's head and maybe a little too far out in front of him. But when you watch from this angle here, Eli did the right thing decision-wise. Nate Solder kind of got beat on the edge there, but every other lineman's doing a good job staying in front of their guy. So Eli, good footwork as well, steps into it. I'll move the dumb bar. Ball's here, Shepard's down here, and unfortunately it just went over his head. But in terms of decision-making, I'm very happy with that, and that's really all you can ask when you're rooting for your team, but unfortunately the throw was just a little off. So I mean, it wasn't perfect, but decision making wise, it was a good play. All right, so usually I get on Eli for everything. That's kind of how you guys know me as. But for this particular play, he does everything right, and this throw right here is going to be perfect. So watch the bottom of the screen here. Coleman. I'm sure some of you remember this play and how perfect of a throw this was. This was like Manningham in the Super Bowl-esque, like right down the left sideline. Perfectly placed ball right between the safety and the cornerback. Couldn't have put it anywhere else. It's really all I got to say for that play. Is just it was phenomenal. And let's see what happens on the offensive line here. Little chip there by Ingram, so that chip there gave him enough time. And it was just placed perfectly. Nothing I can complain about with this play. Eli Manning doing some of the stuff he used to do in his prime, and he doesn't do it as consistently anymore, obviously, but that still is a phenomenal throw, and it's really nice to see. So I threw this play in here because, we got to be fair. Don't want to trigger anyone, but it is fair. So in this particular play, Eli is not given much time to throw at all here, and even right in front of him, no one's open. I mean, I think one defender was holding, but I think it was within the 5 yards. I think right here. It's still within 5 yards, so that's okay. Yeah, you see him being held here, but that's legal as far as I know. This receiver pretty well covered there, and some interior pressure is going to happen from Jamon Brown, and we'll just watch it. So Eli ends up taking the sack from number 95, I guess. Yeah, so I mean, even Nate Solder was collapsing. The whole line did a pretty bad job there, and he did try to get out, but that one is solely on the offensive line. There really, even when I watched the other angle, there was nowhere to go with this ball. So, that's not what you want to see from Jamon Brown. But hey, we got Kevin Zeitler now, so hopefully we don't have to deal with this stuff next year. So on this play, we got a 1st and 10 on the 50, still against Washington. Unfortunately, Sterling Shepard did slip coming out of his break on this play on a comeback route, but I think the Giants did a really nice job here, and especially the offensive line and Eli all deciding to do the right things here. We'll watch this play here. O-line did a really good job, steps up and throws into it. Unfortunately, as you can see on the bottom there, Shepard did fall. Watch Shepard right here. So he did fall coming out of his break, and if not, he might have caught this ball. And it was a little high. I guess that's a good thing because Norman didn't intercept it, but we'll watch from this angle as well, see if we see anything else. This was just, an unfortunate event, and part of the reason your offense might not work to its full potential. I mean, the Giants did kill the Redskins in this game, obviously, but if that happened in a close game, that would really suck. But it's just the guy slipping. But once again, I'm happy that Eli made the right read and took the right shot. So at least we got that going for us. So I think I've been pretty fair to Eli Manning this video so far, but this is a play that's just inexcusable. Trying to see the score here. So it's 17-0, the Titans over the Giants. 1:50 left in the 4th quarter, so aka garbage time. You're hoping to get a touchdown and recover an onside kick at this point, so you just need to get the ball in the end zone. And we're going to watch Evan Ingram here right between these two receivers. And Ingram I'm going to just pause it, right about here, right? You would think that Evan Ingram is about to score a touchdown. But if you're a Giant fan and you watched this game, you would say, oh, wait, the Giants had 0 points this game. So obviously this play is not going to go as we plan it to go. And credit to Eli, he's looking in the right direction, knows where to go with this ball, but just this throw was just, yeah, I mean, no. It hit the defender in the back, I think. I think it did. Yes, it did. So on that throw, you kind of have to make sure you get it over the defender. I mean, that's kind of what you have to do in that situation, but that's unfortunate because that should be a walk-in touchdown, but got to put a little more mustard on that ball, and yeah, just threw it straight into his back. I guess just it's a good play on defense, but that's just something that you can't have happen. I mean, that's once again something that good teams would not allow. I mean, how often did you see Tom Brady miss these throws to Gronkowski? I mean, like never, right? If Gronkowski got behind a defender this much, it was 6 points for the Patriots every time. So, Eli, at least you can't throw it right at the guy's back. It's unfortunate that it happened, and I really don't know how you could defend that play if you're an Eli fan, but that's a play you got to score on. There's really nothing else I could say about that. Well, I'm assuming this is the play before based off the time here. I think the last one was like 150 something, so 157 now. Or it might have been 140 something last time. So this is a play that, probably should have went for a touchdown. I'm not blaming Eli at all for this play. I mean, this is mostly on Chad Wheeler, of course, but let's just roll it real quick. So Chad Wheeler right here lets his guy get right in the passing lane in the middle, not the passing lane, but in the pocket. Saquon's helping here with Nate Solder, so they should have that under control. The other guys on the line here are doing a pretty good job, and unfortunately Chad Wheeler, I mean, it just takes one guy to screw a whole play up. That's really how it goes. And if Eli was still in the pocket, right, who is this? Shepard, I guess, would have been open over the middle. Could have went through this lane right here for a touchdown over the middle, but unfortunately Eli had to roll out by that point and just threw it away. So it's just a play that was ruined by our very own right tackle, and that's unfortunate. But yeah, that's another play the Giants, if they had a solid right tackle, could have scored a touchdown on. So not what you want to see, but hopefully when Jonah Williams, I hope, comes over and plays right tackle for us, that kind of stuff won't be happening next year. So as I said earlier, Eli Manning definitely improved over the course of the season. And this was a play that in the last video I went over, and it was with Russell Shepard being wide open down the left sideline. And it's going to be a very similar play here. So watch this top receiver. I actually do not know who it even is. I would guess Corey Coleman. So it was a similar situation to the Dallas play, right? Where you got a corner on him, and I guess it's a zone defense. He's passing him off to the safety here. And there's enough of a window to get this receiver the ball. So this time in I guess this is week 15, Eli makes this throw. Awesome throw and an awesome catch. I don't know if the ref said yes. Both refs said yes. All right, so that's a catch. And let's see if I can pull this picture up. So this is the one from last time. I can't even move this right now. All right, so this is the one from last time where Eli was right here, and this is the open receiver, and he didn't take this shot. But now in week 15 as compared to week 2, he did take the shot. So you can see Eli was learning and did the right thing on this play, because it seems like a very similar situation right about here. It's hard to see on top, but it's a similar situation, and this time took the shot. So you like to see that kind of stuff, and you can see the improvement, and you can tell Eli definitely does his homework and watches film and stuff like that. So you love seeing it, and I'm happy that he made that improvement and a great throw and a great catch. So on this play, I mean, personally, I'm in part of the group that believes that Giants fans were kissing Jamon Brown's ass way too much last year, and he just happened to come in at the right time after the Giants bye week and after they started to get a hang of the offense and stuff like that. But watch Jamon Brown on this play. This is how you ruin a play for a team and potentially ruin a drive with already terrible field position. So Jamon Brown's right here, and his defender just right by him. Ends up holding his jersey. Nothing was called, thank God. I guess they ran a stunt here, right? Because that definitely wasn't the right guy. Let's see. Okay, not even. No. Okay, I was looking at the wrong guy. So 96 went to the center, and then 91 went to Jamon. And Jamon, I don't know what the hell he was doing here. I mean, he tried to block him with one arm. I mean, that's really not going to work. So Eli had to throw that ball into the ground, and credit to Eli for making the right decision. But yeah, that sucks that your right guard didn't really know what he was doing and tried to block with one arm and ruined the play. And I'm sure the Giants had to punt on this drive, and part of the reason the Giants scored 0 points in this Week 15 home game, unfortunately. All right, so on this play, I mean, you guys know I'm definitely pro taking shots downfield in today's NFL with all the freaking penalties you can get with the pass interference and the illegal whatever, and you guys know. I mean, you're just so many defensive penalties. Cornerbacks just have no shot nowadays, and I like when the Giants take a one-on-one deep shot, and this is an example of it. So I think on this play, I have not watched it back yet, so that's my bad. I'm just trying to do this quickly. It is thrown to Sterling Shepard, who's in a one-on-one, and I guess Shepard is, I'm hoping, on the bottom here. He's somewhere on the bottom, right here probably, yeah. And Eli just takes the shot. He says, screw it, let's go up. And unfortunately, it was incomplete. But how many times, guys, do we see in the NFL where this would be called like a pass interference, or, even like right here, you could say like that's holding. I think that's still within the 5 yards though. But you know what I mean? Like we see this so much, and that's why I always say like, why not take the shot? And like the worst thing that happens is the ball falls to the ground. I mean, Eli should trust Sterling Shepard enough where he's going to make a play on this ball. And you know what? Eli gave him a good enough ball, and him and Logan Ryan, I think it's Logan Ryan, were going for it and batted it up in the air. And the safety fortunately didn't intercept it. But I'm all for this kind of stuff. I really am, because the worst that could happen in all likelihood is the ball falls to the ground, and the best thing that could happen is, Shepard comes down with this catch, or you get a pass interference or something like that, you know what I mean? So I'm definitely on board with this play, and I love to see that. And I did not see enough of that when I watched Eli the first, 5-6 weeks of the season. But as the season went on, he started to become more comfortable and was taking these kind of shots. And, it wasn't a pass interference in this particular situation, but it easily could have been. And that's why I like taking shots like that. All right, on this play, everyone's getting blamed here. No one's safe. So the offensive line does a pretty crappy job. That Nate Stoller getting beat off the edge there. He did all right, I guess, on this play, but the interior let up as well. And, right about here is when Eli kind of freaks out and says, oh, I'm about to get sacked. And I just wish that he looked up and was able to throw this ball to one of these 2-3 receivers in this area, all Giants jerseys. But unfortunately, it led to that the half-pass thing that was, I think, ruled a fumble and recovered by the Titans. And let's watch from this angle because I'm sure this will tell the whole story. So, who lets up here? Let's see. So far, so good. All right, so Jamon and I think Spencer Pulley. Even Will Hernandez at this point wasn't really blocking anyone. And, yeah, the Titans defenders were just getting in there. And, I wish that at this point, when Eli knew things were breaking down, that he just, threw this ball here, or at least could have thrown it at Saquon's back for an incomplete pass, or threw it out to Red Ellison or something, and then, the line collapses, and he does this little half-pass thingy-majiggy, goes to the ground, they call it a fumble. I think Eli did this last year, too, in San Francisco, if I remember correctly, or 2 years ago now.
118, Eli Manning is sacked, and the ball is out. It was rolling forward, and the 49ers have it at the 15-yard line.
So, yeah, you hate to see this kind of stuff, and you got to blame the offensive line and Eli for this play. I think this has to go on both parties, and not even because Eli didn't throw this ball, because this was a fumble. Yes, if you're a quarterback, you can't fumble on your own side of the field and stuff like that. So, from this angle, it looks like a throw. I don't know. I'm not a referee, but still. But yeah, they called the fumble, I believe. Titans got the ball. And right then and there, they were probably 10 to 15 yards away from scoring because, as I said, we were in our own territory there, so it's just an unfortunate play. And I just wish there was different outcomes, between the offensive line and between Eli at least throwing the ball into the ground or just throwing it over the middle to one of his open receivers. That play could have been avoided easily. Instead, it's a big turnover and a big swing in the game because, as I said, the Titans got the ball right in our red zone, so that kind of stuff sucks, and they got to fix that. On this play, this kind of reminded me of another play that I saw week 2 in Dallas when Evan Engram was kind of open and had to step on his guy going over the middle of the field towards the left sideline, and I believe this time it was Russell Shepard. And so last time this was kind of a similar play. Engram was more towards the middle of the field here, and there was a bigger bunch of players, but here's Eli loading up to throw. This defender looks like he's free, so he's got to throw it within the next few milliseconds, I guess, or else he's probably getting sacked. So Eli had the short option here, I guess, but I was hoping he would go here, which he did, and that was something I did not see in week 2, so that's another encouraging thing to see. I'll just roll the clip here. And unfortunately, it was a little high and a little out of the reach of Shepard, but I applaud him for taking that shot because that was something that, as I said, in week 2, in a very similar situation, he did not take that shot and dumped it off to the running back. So you can see his eyes were downfield there. And it sucks that throw wasn't completed, but if he does complete that, that's a huge play and a huge swing in the game. And it just had to be a touch shorter, and Shepard might have had that ball. So, but I do give Eli Manning credit for making that throw. That's really all I got to say for that one, because it's not what I saw week 2. It's definitely an improvement, and that's really all I could ask for. I wish Eli was playing this way the whole year. I guess it's hard to learn a new offense. I've never been in that situation, obviously, but at least he's doing it now in week 15, and hopefully next year he'll be playing similar to this, and the Giants will hopefully have better results overall. So this play was an interception, and in reality, I should get on Eli for this play, but I honestly don't want to because he's doing what I want him to do. The Giants are in a 3rd and long here, I believe. I should go back and look real quick. 3rd down, and it looks like 20 to go. Okay, I don't know how they got in this situation, but so there's Eli. He's right here. He throws the ball, and whoever this is, it might be Russell Shepard again, is going to break out towards the sideline here, right near the 1st down marker. And let's see when Eli's about to release this ball. So right here is when he's loading up the throw. So it definitely has to be like a timing route type of thing, because this receiver hasn't even turned his head yet. The safety's over here looking at everything, but I really can't fault Eli for this throw, because not really anything else was open in this situation. I mean, he's covered. He's mostly covered, because even if they went deep here, this safety would have went here and they would have intercepted it probably. So the only option really is to go for this out route and hope that this safety doesn't bite and then jump this route, which he did. But really the offensive line was doing a great job here, by the way. I mean, look at this pocket. This is amazing. And this safety makes a great break and intercepts that ball. But I really can't be too mad at Eli for that. I really can't. It sucks he throws an interception. But the safety just made a tremendous play. I mean, he broke on this ball like it was like, watch him right here, and this is crazy. That's just a great play. Guy right in front of him intercepts it. I'm not mad for taking that shot. Let's watch from this angle. I mean, it was close to being a 1st down. It was 3rd and 20. So the fact that they got this close, I mean, the throw might have been a little too far for Shepard to handle, but that's basically what I'm saying is I don't mind that shot taken. You know what I mean? Like, no one else was open on this play. You're not going to throw it out of bounds on a 3rd and 20. I mean, they're not even in field goal range. So, like, in my opinion, you might as well take the shot, because it's the same thing as a punt, right? Let's say hypothetically, let's say the Giants, throw an interception, right? This is probably around the same area where a punt would be, right? I mean, unfortunately, the Titans returned it to around here, but still, a punt would have went somewhere in this area, right? So I'm saying you might as well just throw the ball. You're not really losing much, and they had a chance here to get this 1st down. So no, I do applaud Eli for that, for taking that opportunity. I would have done the same thing if I was quarterback. I really don't have much to say on this play in terms of analyzing it. Let's see, it's the beginning of the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 14 is that? I don't know. My eyes suck. I really can't see. So 2nd and 14, I believe. This is a deep completion to Shepard off the play action. I mean, he was wide open right here on the bottom of the screen. And I'm just happy that Eli made this throw, because when I watched some of the earlier games, I could absolutely see him missing this, and he kept his eyes up the whole time. Credit to him. So let's see where he's looking here. I mean, I think he's waiting for Shepard to cross the field and get open here and find the soft spot, and he does. Eli has to put this ball over these 2 defenders, obviously, and there's a lot of room over here. And there were similar situations last video where I was saying, like, we had this much amount of space and the throws just were not being made. But this time it was made, and Shepard just makes the catch, and the Giants, pick up 35, 40 yards, whatever it was. And it's a great play. And let's watch the offensive line here. I mean, the Titans look all confused. They don't know what the hell. So they literally had no one on this side right now. A lot of confusion going on. So anyway, Eli gets up to the line real quick, says, hey, these guys know what the hell they're doing. Let's just hike this real quick. Eli probably did his express call, hikes it real quick. Play action. So the Titans are already off to a bad start because they didn't know what the hell they were doing. So right tackle here. This isn't even a right tackle. This is Elijah Penny out here blocking somebody. This doesn't look like a defensive end. It looks like a linebacker, but still. The offensive line was doing a good job. Elijah Penny held up kind of nicely for a fullback. And right there was Shepard for a nice catch. So I love that play. I really do. It was something, as I said in the beginning of the year, we weren't seeing that sometimes. Sometimes there would be openings like that and the shots were not taken. But right there, you could see Eli was doing the right thing and took the shot. So fortunately, the Giants had the 1st down, and as a fan, I love seeing that kind of stuff. So this play is going to be interesting. We had 39 seconds left in the 2nd quarter, 1st and 10, ball on our own 41, I believe it is, and it's going to be interesting. It is our own 41. So Sterling Shepard is going to run, I guess you can call it a slant here, or a deep slant, whatever the hell you want to call it, somewhere around here, and Eli has an opening and makes the throw. And I don't know, I haven't watched it back yet. I don't know if the throw was behind Shepard or if Shepard just fell. Like, Shepard did fall on this play, I believe, or slipped. My guy needs to get some new cleats. I mean, come on, Shepard. Can't be falling this much. I guess, I don't know what happened. I got to watch from the other angle here. But at least Eli made the right throw. I got to be happy about that. He made the right read. Let's see. Steps into it. Nice looking ball. I mean, yeah, it has to be a Sterling fell. That has to be it. But if I mean, like it's just stupid stuff like that just seems to happen to the Giants. I mean, the weather on this day was not good. It was a very rainy day, shitty day, and if it's a nice day out, that's probably a 20-yard completion or 15-yard completion. But stuff like that, as I said, happens to the Giants. But that's the second time I saw Shepard fall in this video. So I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on here. But if you look from this angle, it looks like he has to come back to the ball a little bit. It's weird. Like he kind of stops running and goes back to it. But then when you watch from this angle, it looks like a good throw. So I don't know what to believe. It just like I guess it didn't hit him in stride, but it's a ball that should have been caught, and I think him slipping is the whole reason that play kind of failed. So now that's 2 plays in this video that have been incomplete due to slipping, and that kind of stuff sucks. But as I said before, I'm just happy Eli Manning's making the right reads and throwing to the right guys. It just sucks that the weather was bad and that his receiver slipped. So you can't do anything about that. Hey, watch this play right here by Kyler Manning. I'm gonna call him Kyler Manning for this one play. This was a good play by Eli, 100%. I mean, there's nothing bad I can say about this play from him. I forget how the offensive line holds up. Let's see. He decides to roll out, and perfect throw. Evan Engram, first down. That's why I call him Kyler Eli for that particular play. He just rolled out, made a perfect throw. Who needs Russell Wilson when your quarterback's doing stuff like this? Am I right? Come on. It sucks that he doesn't do this stuff consistently anymore, but I mean, this was the stuff that I saw Eli Manning do between 2005 and 2015, and that's why I love them. And we just don't see it that much anymore, but when he does it, man, I love it, and I just wish it was more of a consistent thing. Because as I say, guys, I love Eli Manning as a person, and I love all the accomplishments he's had here, but like it's not consistent enough for me to want him as a starting quarterback anymore. I'm sorry, that's just my honest opinion. And a lot of you get on me for it and talk a lot of shit, but it is what it is. We all have our own opinion, and some of you think I'm wrong, but I know what I watch, so that's just what I think. But on this play, hey, he does everything right. Perfect placement right over the linebacker. Evan Engram comes down with it. I love that kind of stuff, I mean, if he does that more consistently, I won't be saying much about Eli next year. I'll tell you that. I really won't. If he plays like this next year and then does that kind of stuff, then the Giants might actually be a good football team. So, I mean, this kind of stuff excites me, but you never know what to expect with the Giants in the first half of the season, man. It's always a mystery, and it's just a wait and see kind of thing. Come on, Eli, we were just getting along, and then you pull something like this, and this is the stuff that annoys me, honestly. I mean, this throw, there was a decent O-line, and I really don't know who he was throwing to. We'll just watch it right here. It was between Shepard and Engram, and I think, based off the way I saw it, it's probably Engram, because at least Engram has some leverage. He's in front of his guy here, and he's going out, running an out route towards out of bounds. And Shepard is basically blanketed by this defender right here. Might be Malcolm Butler. And that throw just sailed, and the safety just dropped the ball. And I'm not sure what exactly caused this. I'm going to go from this angle here. Let's see how the offensive line holds up on this play. Alright, well, Nate Solder got pushed a decent amount there, but still he contained the edge. Guys on the right side, they didn't do that bad of a job. And let's watch Eli now. A little bit of those happy feet. That's probably what it is, honestly. If you watch Eli's feet here towards the end, right when he's about to throw, does a quick little shuffle there with his feet, and it probably throws everything off. And that's just part of the paranoia that he has nowadays. And some people say PTSD. But yeah, that's definitely not his normal throwing motion. I mean, his footwork there was not good at all. This throw was definitely rushed, and it should have been intercepted. Luckily, it wasn't. But yeah, I mean, this throw, from this angle, this throw should have been, let me move this. This throw should have been out here more rather than over here, because you're trying to hit Engram over here towards the sideline. But Eli throws it towards the middle between Shepard and Engram, which makes no sense to me. And it nearly gets intercepted because of it. So I think this play, honestly, is just because of Eli and his footwork, and it's not where it should be. But yeah, he just obviously did not step into his throw or anything. He does a quick little shuffle right there and nearly gets intercepted. So not what you want to see from your quarterback, and that's the kind of stuff that makes it hard for me to trust this man to be a consistent quarterback for us next year. But with Eli, you got to take the good and the bad, and stuff like this is just not what you want to see. So pretty frustrating when you see stuff like that. Okay, here's a play with Eli where it just makes you want to rip your hair out, honestly. So this play design by Shermer is really nice. He's going to swing Barkley out here, as you can see. Bunch of receivers on the bottom. And what Eli's going to do is, Eli does it perfectly with the fake and all. Right? He fakes it this way to Barkley. These defenders start going over here because they realize it's probably going to be a swing route to Barkley, and they block for him out in front. But what actually happens is all these linemen end up blocking for Evan Engram, who comes out here, and Eli is here about to throw the ball to Engram, and look where this ball goes. Right over his head. This is too much. I cannot handle this kind of stuff. If Engram's hit here, right in the chest, right in the number, even at the knees, right? Engram's a pretty big target. He's like 6'4", I think. I could be wrong, actually. 6'4" is kind of tall, but I don't know. But you know what? You should be able to hit this throw from here to here. This is no more than 10 yards. And he had 3 blockers or so out in front right here. They had one guy to beat, this guy and this guy. So 3 blockers for 3 Titan defenders. And Engram could have had a huge gain here. It probably would have been at least 10 yards, maybe more. And then Eli just flat out missed this throw. I mean, this kind of stuff here is inexcusable. Engram jumped up like he was very pissed off, and I cannot blame him for that. But we'll watch from this angle, see if the defensive lineman was in his face a lot or what. I mean, not really. I don't know what this was, honestly. I guess this frustrates the hell out of me. Like, what are you doing? Like this ball looked like a duck. Like, look at it. I mean, you can see the ball, and that was not a spiral at all. I mean, as I said, it's a bad weather day, but if you can't make this throw, because this is like 5 yards, not even maybe, and it just sails over his head, and it's inexcusable. Come on. I don't care how much of an Eli homer you are. You cannot make that throw in the NFL. And there wasn't much pressure here. Come on. That's frustrating. Very frustrating, but shit happens. Oh well. So speaking of inexcusable, this is exactly what inexcusable is in terms of offensive line play on the right side. So Logan Ryan's going to put from the secondary. I don't even know. He's not even in the picture right now. But watch Chad Wheeler right here, and even Jamon Brown during this play. So I think Ryan's right here in the corner. You can see the tip white of his jersey here. Watch him come down, and Wheeler and Brown just completely whiff, and Eli's taken down. And I only show this angle because no one was really open on this play, so there's nothing to blame Eli about. But you see here, Jamon passes, I think this is Jarrell Casey, 99, over to his center, and then Will Hernandez is right here as well, so he's taken care of. And this is really all Chad Wheeler. I mean, Chad Wheeler's right here facing him, and this Chad Wheeler has to say to himself, okay, this is my one responsibility, is don't let this guy get to the quarterback, and he just lets him go right by. You can't have that. Inexcusable. And part of the reason the Giants scored 0 points that week. That's another example right there. Alright, so after a string of some negative plays, here's finally a positive play. Not completely positive, but in terms of our quarterback making the right throw, I got to give Eli Manning credit for this. I think the offensive line, the interior of it kind of breaks down, but Eli throws off his back foot, and this is a completion to, I think, Benny Fowler. I believe that's Fowler, number 18. Let's watch Eli from this angle now. So I think, let's see what happens with the offensive line here. Play action, it looks like Casey gets by Hernandez, which happens. Jarrell Casey's one of the best in football. Gets by, and Eli has another defender. This might be Vaccaro, and then Casey they're making like a triangle here. They're about to sack Eli pretty much. So Eli has to get rid of this ball within the next tenth of a second. Decides to throw it down the field here, and has a wide open. Is this Coleman or is it Fowler? I think it's Fowler. Excuse me if I'm wrong. I think Coleman's 19, but he finds an open Fowler and makes the catch. So I like seeing that kind of stuff. This is something that if this happened to Eli earlier in the season, he probably just would have went down and taken a sack. But now that he's more familiar with the offense, he takes this shot, and the Giants pick up whatever it was. Let's see, about 15, 20 yards. So nice positive play and a nice job there by Eli Manning for sure. So right here, this is Coleman, number 19. He makes one hell of a catch right here. He deserves a praise for this catch. Right in traffic. I'm sure some of you remember this catch because I've seen it definitely, 5 to 10 times since the season ended, and it's a really great catch. Just runs a slant route on top. Eli Manning puts it in a really good spot, and he gets just, pummeled by two guys and still holds on to the ball. Unfortunately, I forget if this was marked a first down or not, so I apologize, but I think it was, if I remember correctly. It should have been. The refs should have said, what, this guy's got balls, let's just give him the first down, because that was one hell of a catch by Mr. Coleman. And Coleman does get ripped on by a lot of people for not having the best set of hands, but I'll tell you what, for that particular catch, it was awesome, and there's not many receivers that would have caught that ball. Alright, I'm sorry. This is a play where I have to get on Eli Manning for. This is one of those throws that easily could have been made, and the shot was not taken, so we'll stop it right about here. So Eli Manning's right here. He has, I believe, Sterling Shepard right over here. No Titan defender, as far as I know, is anywhere on the bottom of the screen. I really don't feel like counting all their defenders. Let's just do it. 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I really can't. There's too many people. I don't know what's going on here. But anyway, he just throws the ball out of bounds. I really don't think there were more people. We'll watch from this angle. But it's probably not going to show us, unfortunately. Shit. Well, let's just assume that there was no one on the bottom of the screen. And I'm going to count it right now since we're all set. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, so there we go. 11 guys. We see them all. This safety goes on top. All right, yeah, so he had him. He had him for sure. Eli right here. Don't know where he's looking. Probably looking over here and then decides to just go here. But if Eli had the vision that he used to, he probably would have seen Sterling Shepard over the top here, going to the right, and had a decent break. He would have had the ball, but it is what it is. So just a bad read by Eli Manning. And that's one of those things that if he trusted his line more, it probably would have been a completion downfield, but you could see he was looking to the left most of that play. It was kind of jittery if you watch his feet again. Very, very jittery. But anyway, yeah, at least he threw it away and didn't throw an interception, so that's a positive. But I wish he did take that shot to Shepard down the field. There's not much to say about this play. It was just a beautiful throw by our quarterback, and it's something that we should all just admire because this is an awesome throw. This play was to Russell Shepard, who made a great catch down the sideline. Perfect ball placement by Eli. Let's just admire this play. Wow, right over him. I think they called it incomplete on the field. See, one rep, this guy says no, this guy says yes. I believe it was ruled a catch. Yes, it was. So, this is a great throw. Let's just watch it from this angle here. See how the offensive line does. This is another bad snap. Hold on. This happened last video too. Whoa, okay, Eli. All right, doing a little. This looks like the LaDainian Tomlinson touchdown celebration where he holds the ball out and then flips it, except Eli's just trying to catch a snap in this situation. These centers, man, they gotta fix this. Eli Manning had 2 plays like this. He did it last video too. I give him credit for that. So, brushes that off, makes a phenomenal throw over to Russell Shepard, and that's awesome. That's one of those things that if Eli can do next year at a consistent level, I will not be saying anything negative about this man because Eli will be winning games for us next year. And man, if he can do this, forget about it. I am going to be very happy with quarterback play next season if this happens on a regular basis. That's an awesome throw. Okay, I don't want to sound too picky here, but I'm definitely going to be, so I'm just letting you guys know in advance. This was a completion to Saquon. I think it went for 5 yards, but the Giants did have a chance for a pretty big play downfield. Saquon did pick up, I would say, exactly 5 yards on that play. But if we rewind this here and watch about right here, so Eli has the ball. This guy's obviously in zone. He's not even sticking with this guy, so he's in zone, covering this area. And this receiver, I have no clue who it is going to break out here. And this is one of those situations where you just got to throw your guy open. That's a term used in the football, throwing your guy open. And if Eli just threw this ball somewhere over in this area, right near the 40 towards the sidelines, it probably would have been caught. This safety, I don't think would have got over there in time. He would have probably made the play, but he wouldn't have intercepted it or anything. So he did have a chance to make this play. I think that was 18, Fowler maybe. So let's watch Fowler again. I believe he's right here. No, that was not him. Oh, shit. Bottom of the screen right here. Bottom of the screen. Watch him. So they pass him off, and they did have room for a play there. And, they did gain 5 yards. So, as I said, I'm going to sound bitchy and picky about this play. But, the Giants did get shut out this week. So I wish that they were... the Titans did give them plays to make downfield. They just weren't taking them all the time. And, Eli did have some really nice throws this game. So I can't really get on him too much. But, when they're giving it to you, you got to take those shots, man. Come on. All right, this play right here is kind of wacky. But it shows growth in Eli Manning from what he was doing the first half of the season. In this particular play, he would not have taken this shot or this opportunity. He just gave Shepard another jump ball. He was about to get sacked on this play, threw it up for grabs, and unfortunately Shepard did not come down with it, but he should have. I really do think Shepard should have caught this ball. We'll watch it from the other angle. Let's see how the line holds up first. So, not a bad pocket. This guy's he's about to fall, but alright, so at this point, the footwork right here is not looking good. Not looking good at all. So he's got this guy coming. Nate's holding. My man here, Jamon's about to be holding as well. So Eli's going to make a throw. Throws with his back foot almost straight out. That's ugly. But got it over the Shepard. Let's see if he dropped it. Yeah, I mean, that's not like a clean drop, but that's a ball that could have been caught. But really what I want to say to that is that's a great job by Eli Manning to get that throw off, first of all. And second of all, taking that shot. I love that. I'm always down for the deep ball, especially in a one-on-one situation. I mean, there were other Titan defenders in the area, but for the most part, that was a one-on-one if I saw it correctly. We'll watch Shepard, I think, in the slot here. I mean, yeah, from what I see, it looks like man coverage. Right, so Shepard goes out. This guy's following this guy deep. Don't have to worry about him too much. And then Shepard has one guy on him. But, hey, credit to Eli for making that throw. I know it was incomplete, and that sucks and all, but it's better than taking the sack, and it's better than the dump off that goes for, like, nothing. So, that could have been another situation where Shepard got the penalty called and the Giants would have had the ball in that spot or something like that. So yeah, I mean, you can see Eli's making strides from what we saw. That Dallas game comes to mind where that throw wouldn't have been made, but we're here in week 15 this is, and he's making throws like this. So I love seeing this kind of stuff. Well, if you made it this far, I appreciate you watching. Obviously, this is only the first, not the first, but the week 14 and 15 games. I still have to do 16 and 17. I have all the recordings set. I just haven't really done the analysis yet. So I'll do those videos within the next week probably. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video more than the last one. I try to be more fair to make everyone happy, because I know some people think I just hate Eli Manning and don't want him to succeed and stuff like that. But anyway, this one's more fair, and I do hope you guys enjoyed this more. So if you made it this far, I appreciate it. And I'll talk to you guys next time.